Yo, this your man Magnificent Mill.
It's your boy Richie Santana, man.
And we are the committee. Yo, man, we got our own podcast, man.
Yeah, you see us, man. We rocking, man. The first show was crazy. We had our second show with Mr. Darnell Davis.
Man, Mr. Comedian himself, bruh.
Yes, sir, man.
Yo, you could check us out Wednesday, 8 p.m. sharp. You know what I'm saying? With Mr. Darnell Davis, man. Yo, he's going to bring the funny. Yo, can't wait for y'all to see this interview. Yo, it's crazy,
You see him dancing right now, right?
It's crazy, man. Check me out.
Yo, so
on the podcast.
Yo, so stay tuned, man. Yo, 716live.com. Yo, and this is the committee.
It's the committee, baby. You already
Check
know
your
it.
titty.
Yo. Man, we'll see y'all, man. 8 p.m. sharp. You heard the committee. Yo. Hey, it's your boy Richie Santana.
It's your man Magnificent Mill.
And we are
the committee.
Committee, baby. You already know what time it is. We got a special guest in the building.
Man, big special guest in the building, man. The one and the only Mr. Darnell Davis,
Come on,
man.
give it up for Mr.
Come on, clap it up.
Davis.
Clap it up.
That's what's up, man. Give it up for Pastor Davis.
Paffa.
Mr. Comedian Darnell Davis. All right, man. We got a great show for y'all today, man. Listen, man. Let some of the viewers know a little bit about you.
Shoot, I grew up on Broadway and Philmont. I sold Lucy's when I was 5 until now. I made a little consistent profit, then I moved into No, I'm just joking. Where should I start? Like what?
Basically, just give a little background of how you got started into comedy, from just high school, your parents. Just give them a little background, you know what I'm saying, about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Give us a little background.
where you from? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm from Bailey Avenue, Martha.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right. You in the hood.
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York, Bailey Ave.
Okay. Everybody know what Bailey at. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all do.
So I was a class clown, man. You know what I mean? I had a big imagination being the only child.
Okay.
So I would go to school, clown around. And we had them conduct grades. You remember them conduct? To tell you how you used to act.
Yeah. Them progress reports.
Yeah, man. I used to be like get a C conduct and then a D conduct all the time. You know? And then the boys I was fooling around with, they'll get like B minus. I was like, how the hell did he get a B minus? We were doing the same stuff in class. So then I would get home, my mom would whoop me, you know what I'm saying, get the belt out, and I knew it was time. Wow, I'll go back to school, be bad the next day.
The woman ain't do nothing. They ain't teach you nothing.
Yeah,
This taught you to be more better.
That's it, man. I'll go back cracking jokes, ribbing at the lunch table. She was like, you so dark when you get out the car, the oil light come on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Put Vaseline on your face, look like a pet for the shoe. Like saying stuff like this in 3rd grade, you know, so I saw Def Comedy Jam, and it's crazy. I saw Martin Lawrence and Joe Torre, and I was just like, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look like they having a good time. Everybody getting up there dancing after. I was like, yo, I really want to do that. And years passed, my mother discouraged me. She said, comedians don't make no money. Don't do comedy. You know, go finish your schooling. And she was right, finish your schooling. But she's like, comedians don't make any money. So I did all that, finished the school, and I went to the comedy club when it first opened, Helium. And I saw a comedian that I grew up with. I won't say his name. Okay. But I was like, damn, he corny as hell. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And he was just so corny. He was always corny, you know what I'm saying, growing up. You know, and we worked together and stuff, and girls were like, damn, he corny. Sit your ass down. But then I seen him on stage, and I was like, damn, he's still corny. Like 10 years later, I can do that. So I went back, did my first open mic, and I got a couple of laughs, you know, but I didn't know the structure of comedy. Okay. So I kept at it, kept going to open mics, and I was blessed I had the opportunity to open for Charlie Murphy. And I was just going to the comedy club with a couple of my friends, and after, you know, taking a picture with him, I was like, hey man, I do comedy too. And he was like, yeah. He was like, oh, you do comedy, huh? You know, come back to me, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. And I'm drunk, I'm with my friends, I'm like, you ain't gonna give me 5 minutes. So I woke up the next day, sobered up, and I was like, oh shoot, Charlie Murphy said he's gonna really give me 5 minutes. So I contacted the manager of the comedy club. It was Andy at that time. Okay. And he said, I'll check with Charlie. You know, if he says that you can have it, you can have it. So He was like, yeah, give him 5 minutes. Like, you can have 5 minutes. He said, you don't get any music to come up with. You can't invite people because the show's sold out.
Okay.
But I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm all day, I'm just writing down stuff. And that night, I had 5 minutes, got laughs, you know. Certain areas I messed up on, but the majority was the feeling the laughter from the sold out crowd. And I was just like, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I politicked with Charlie, and he told me the route to take. And I passed that on to other comedians this day.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Because just to be honest, man, just for a little history, you got me into doing comedy. You know what I'm saying? You my mentor. You got me into doing comedy, and I really wasn't even thinking about comedy for real. You know what I'm saying? Until we had a conversation outside, made you laugh. You know, you never thought about doing it. I was like, nah. And then I said I tried it before, but just never took it serious. You know what I'm saying? And you've been mentoring me for the last 6-7 years now. So like, and I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to do these shows, and I take all your words of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, man. I really applaud you for that. You know what I'm saying? So, next question I have for you, man, is why are you not married or having kids?
Because I don't pay child support. That's like the best answer I can give.
I agree. I agree.
I don't want to pay child support. If it's a morning after pill, you just put it in the egg in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just put it in the scrambled eggs. Like, why my stomach hurt? I don't know.
But you shoot the club up, right?
Nah, I wear the Magnum XL. You know what I'm saying? So I come correct. You know what I'm saying? I don't put the little Trojan on. I tried that one. Flew across the room. I couldn't do it. Yeah, man. So, no, I mean, you know, I do want kids in the future.
That's what's up.
I do. You always tell me to adopt a kid.
Yeah.
They would be some bad kids, man.
And these kids, but I mean, you are a great provider. Per se. Even though you by yourself and everything like that, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you lonely, like,
look, ladies, he's kind of lonely.
I'm being honest. I'm just saying, like.
That's messed up in so many ways.
But I'm being serious. I'm serious. Listen. What I'm saying though, you're a great provider. You got good jobs. You got a great production that you do, that you put on the Laugh Out Loud series that you've been having going on for the last 8 years that you've been doing, all the shows and productions that you have done. So I just feel like you can teach a child, or you know what I'm saying, something. You know what I'm saying? But you do have a goddaughter. You know what I'm saying? I see that you post on social media. You do things. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, I know you would be a great father. You know what I'm saying? So just like last week, I think you took her to Fantasy Island. You know what I'm saying? You look like you had a ball. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I just know that you would be a great father, man, a great role model, and showing how to build. You know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. So I'm gonna give you your flowers, man.
Thanks, man. I might have slipped up last night, so 9 months from now, you might just see what.
He called it on the podcast.
Yo, you know, all right, I got another question for you though. I want to know, like, where and how did you gain the love and the passion for comedy?
Love and passion. Like I said, Def Comedy Jam. Just watching that as a child, and then comedy specials, like Whoopi Goldberg back in the day, Billy Crystal, Rodney Dangerfield, Eddie Murphy Raw, Richard Pryor. I just got so intrigued with comedy, you know what I'm saying, over the years. So when everybody had a comedy special, even if it was on a bootleg DVD, I'd go and get it. You know what I'm saying? You remember they had the 3 for $10 bootlegs?
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
I missed them bootlegs.
Yeah, Booty Talk 25. I'll get that combined with like a comedy joint, you know what I'm saying? And I just watched mad comedy, and it's crazy now being a comedian. I watch it, but like you know how it is, you watch the setup, punchline, tags. You know, it's different watching as a comedian. Back then, you're just watching it, you know, you're drinking and just laughing, you know. Now you're literally watching how they perform and how they set up the structure of their comedy, you know.
Yeah.
But I got intrigued, like you asked, just over the years, man. Just watching different comedians.
All right, so you just named some top legends.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, like, maybe 3. Who's the top 3 that influenced, like, yo, I have to do this?
Chappelle is number 1. Watching Martin, Number 2, Def Comedy Jam. And number 3, I'm trying to think. Chappelle, Martin, and
It's tough.
yeah, it's tough. I would actually say Lavelle Crawford, because Lavelle Crawford is one of the few comedians I can go to a comedy club and laugh from beginning to end. There's not that many comedians that can do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of comedians, they're still on the underground and just haven't got their acting debuts, and they're not in the mainstream all like that. You know what I mean? But Lavelle Crawford, he's probably number 3.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the greats.
He just got in my top 5 because I just went to a show last night at Helium. And oh man, I saw both shows. He did 2 completely different sets.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can actually say my top comedians and all time because I'm from that era. We all from that era.
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, like actually growing up now at the age that I'm in, I have to say, yeah, the king himself, Richard Pryor. Like, yo, like
That's
actually
my top.
to actually be at the age now to really like understand the way he went. It was just like, yo, he was really ahead of his time.
Yes, he was.
With everything.
That's a
And then of course, you know, the great Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Murphy, like Richard Pryor set him up, so it was a standard and that. And I actually got to say, man, like for real, like Dave Chappelle, man, like
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
he's on another level of goatness.
That's a
in
fact.
his comedian
That's a fact.
game, man, because it's like the way how he watched everybody else, which lined him up for future comedians. Like if I look at it like this, like because you guys are comedians, and for the next generation, if I'm not gonna say follow what he's doing, but if you don't have that you know that oomph, you know, for this, like, what's the sense of actually wanting to be a comedian?
Exactly.
Because you actually got to have the love and the passion for this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about just the money for you guys though. Like y'all really love doing this, and I commend you guys for this. Like because it's really hard to sit up there and just to tell jokes.
And make people
Like
laugh.
anybody could just like say some stuff to make you laugh, but you know, be up there like 5 to 10 minutes, like just to doing it. Like man, I commend you guys because that looked kind of scary, my brother.
I ain't gonna lie, it's tough.
Man, that looks scary though.
It's tough.
But that's also leading up to my next question. Like when you up there, like you know, like what? Because you have to look at all those people. Like what gets you into that zone to where like you don't freeze up or get nervous?
It's always somebody to talk about in that audience. It's always somebody to play off on. And even before I go on the stage, I might see stuff in the audience that stands out. You know, a girl might have a weird tattoo on her back, or a couple arguing over the last chicken wing, some stupid stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just observe all that stuff before I go out. You read the room, and then when you go up there, you know, you can talk about it. That's how you can start your set so the crowd relates to you. You know
That's
what I
true,
mean?
I know how to
You know
do
what I mean? Once that crowd, you got them in, then you can go into your material. But it's all about reading the crowd. You know, some people uptight, you know, they're sitting there and, you know what I'm saying, you got to liven them up. So,
That's true.
yeah, it's just about reading that room, you know.
That's true. That's true, man. Next question I have for you, man. The comedy scene in Buffalo. How do you feel about the comedy scene since you have been into comedy?
Yeah, it's grown a lot.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot. I started 9 years ago.
Okay.
8 years. I was 32. So, yeah, one more. Yeah, just about 9 years. In August. No, it'll be 10 years in August. 10 years in August. It'll be 10.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started, it was Helium was first opening, and there weren't that many African American comics.
Mm-hmm.
There were probably 5 at that time. And the main thing was like, okay, let's get on this stage. Let's try to get on Helium. That was the main focus, you know. And over the years, it's just grown so much. Like that's what made me start my room, because after I did Charlie Murphy, the comedy club switched management, and for whatever reason, I wasn't asked to host shows. I had done majority of shows with the old management. They switched management. I didn't do shows like I was in the past, you know, for whatever reason. So I, man out of California, B.T. Kingsley, you know, he was actually one of my mentors, and he said, hey man, there's no comedy rooms in Buffalo, and I told him about the room that Coles had run, Friday Night Laughs. I was like, you know, Friday Night Laughs, you know, very good comedy room. He was like, yeah, but doesn't Rob Stapleton host that? And Rob Stapleton's a comedian out of Brooklyn. I said, yeah, they hosted. He said, well, you're a comedian. You actually in Buffalo. He said, so why aren't you having your own room?
Which is
Somebody's
true.
paying somebody to come from Brooklyn to host when you can create your own room.
Exactly.
So that's what I did. I created Laugh Out Loud, and that brought more comedians in. And since then, you know, we're called urban comedy, but even the mainstream underground scene, the comedy scene's just grown. And I think it's because of the comedy club. You know,
That's
people
true
go
as
out
well.
and see comedy shows, and it's like, oh, okay, they get that same vibe. I can do this, and then they try to get at the mics, and you know, it's just grown tremendously. You know what I mean? On the urban scene, mainstream, underground, like it's in independent shows. Everybody has a show. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful because the more it grows, the more it is to do. Like in New York City, you can hit 4 comedy rooms in one night. You know,
That's
but
true.
we're talking about New York City.
Yeah, it's a bigger city.
Here, we have it good because you can hit maybe 1 or 2 rooms a night. That's good in comedy.
Yeah.
Like tonight, you can go to Tudor Lounge. Don Johnson hosts that. Tomorrow night is your night.
Yeah, at the jukebox.
Yeah, the jukebox.
Yep.
And then you got Nietzsche's on the same night.
Okay.
Wednesday, you got Milky's. Helium used to have an open mic.
Yeah.
Thursday is Mr. Goodbar. Friday, they have the Cider Works and Eric Wellstead. He hosts a
First Friday once a
So
month.
it's so many rooms, and
Yeah.
people see that, and the scene keeps growing. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because who wants just and Buffalo needs laughter.
That's
You know,
true.
Who wants just a couple comedy rooms, and you know it gets played out after a while.
Right.
That is so true. That is so true. Big shouts out to Terry King too, because he has a room that he does down at
Terry, yeah.
Ironworks.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So he does good shows.
Every show he hosting Hoochie Daddy shorts. I know that too. I don't know why he picks Hoochie Daddy shorts, but he just feels comfortable wearing those shorts.
Yo, shout out to Terry King, man.
With his hoochie daddy shorts.
I have no idea.
Shout out to Gary Wallace too, man.
Oh yeah,
shout
from
out to
Niagara,
with the
Niagara
shirt and your
Falls.
underwear. Oh, he that's his new style now.
Oh yeah. That's the first time I saw. I was like, what is he
He
doing?
got his shirt and his underwear. It's like he's like, I'm standing on the block like this.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Hilarious, funny
Steve
dude.
Urkel going gangster.
Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Shout out to Gary Wallace, Niagara Falls, man. Shout out to everybody. I feel like us as a urban comedy community, on top of everybody else that's out here as well, like your white comics, your Asian comics, whatever. I feel like we all kind of still support each other. You know what I'm saying? We go to each other's rooms, and you know what I'm saying, we put each other's on shows and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, some people do it just to do it as a hobby. Some people do it as trying to make it as a career. I'm doing it as a career. I'm trying to really like take it to the next level. Like you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing my comedy special coming soon. So like you being my mentor, like you kind of like push me to push the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like challenge me, because I remember one time I told you like I don't write. It's hard for me to write because I can come up with material like off the fly. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, it's good to have that in your bag, but you still need to have a standard structure. You know what I'm saying? Set up jokes. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning that, started jotting things down in my phone. So I started challenging myself, and I appreciate you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. So who was your biggest mentor that helped you really get to where you at today?
To be honest, Zach Johnson. He
Okay.
lives in Charlotte now. He
Okay.
used to be out of Rochester. He hosts all the Canal Side events. He just did the Ja Rule. And if you see a Canal Side event or out of Harbor, he's usually hosting it. He did the Kevin Hart Hire the City, then Joel
from
and,
Rochester. Shout out to
Travis.
Rochester.
They all did that. But Zach, when I was coming up, Zach kind of took me under his wing. And he's like, oh, I thought you weren't serious about it. He said, I wouldn't see that you're serious about it. Because of my shows, and I just made a consistent effort, like you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? The consistency. And other comedians, after a while, they can tell it. So he took me under his wing. And the first Helium contest, the Buffalo's Funniest contest I was in, he would point out everything that everybody was doing on the stage. Just something as simple as going up to the stage, placing the mic behind you to begin your set. You know what I'm saying? The first joke has to hit, you know. And that first 10 seconds you're on stage, you got to hit to get that audience's attention. If you fail, it's going to be hard to make up for that. So he kind of taught me the dynamics and the structure of it. You know, he taught me joke writing style, where you have your punchline, your tags, you know, callbacks, where you might mention a joke and then come back to it later on in the show, maybe 5-10 minutes later, come back to that original joke.
Okay.
So he really taught me that comedy structure. And Charlie Murphy told me to move to New York City and do comedy full time. He told me that. So I could have done it. But I was like, damn, I got a good job. I'm gonna keep this job. You know what I'm saying? It's the penalty. Yeah. So I stayed here, and I did a week in New York City. And, I went down there a week, and Zach, showed me the different rooms, and it was like, call this person, and the whole week I just did comedy. I was right around the subway, just hitting different rooms, and then I met people like Marshall Brandon. He's opened up for Chappelle now, but those are guys that live down there that's doing it consistently, and it's like you never know when you're gonna get that big break, but you gotta be around the right people. So Marshall, he was just a regular comedian, doing open mics, and he did shows also, but he met Darnell Rollins, and Darnell Rollins works with Chappelle.
Okay.
So Darnell Rollins was like, damn, he nice, you put him on, now he on tour with Chappelle, you know what I mean? Wow. So a lot of these comedians, like CJ last night, CJ Burney out of Baltimore, he said, that first check you get from him, like, yo, is this real? You know what I mean? Like, they can't believe the money that they're getting out there,
Yeah.
But a lot of these comedy clubs paying, a comedian can easily get $15,000 for one weekend,
That's not bad money at all.
Yeah, for just telling jokes. So it's a lucrative career. It's just you got to put that hustle and determination into it.
Yeah.
And you constantly gonna get paid because there's so many comedy rooms out here out in the United States. So you bare minimum, you're making good money. You just gotta be in the right place at the right time. Did I go away from the question?
No, you didn't.
No,
You good. You good.
You definitely
You
was
good.
on
You
it.
was talking. You was preaching. Amen.
Nah, you was actually hitting everything
Amen,
on the spot.
Jesus.
Nah, that's a fact. Though.
Deacon Davis was speaking.
Nah, he was
Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Talk to him. They use him, Lord.
That's dope though, because that's some of the questions that people don't know about, especially in this business though. I got one for you. Three words that describe Darnell Davis.
Freaky. Alright, that's the first way to get by.
Gas station pills.
Yeah.
Let me stop. Go ahead, tell your three.
I'll say, I'm intelligent, ambitious, and man, I'm handsome.
He answered the question though. So
He answered the question, man. That's it.
He said he gonna keep adding it for women. Someone in your family that's your biggest inspiration to keep you going with your comedy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, and it's emotional for me because my mother passed away. Shoot, this will be 4 years. At the end of this month, August 30th. And like I said, she discouraged me from doing it. You know what I mean? She was like, don't do it. They don't make any money. You know what I mean? But before she passed, I would go and visit her, and she would be sick. I'd have her take her pills and her insulin, and she would see me writing down my jokes, and then she'd be like, "What you reading?" And it's Jerry Corley has a big book called The Comedy Bible, and it just breaks down every element of comedy. And I'll read that over her house, while I'm chilling with her. She'd be watching what's that, American Ninja Warrior? I'm like, yeah. So I'll be jotting down my material, and she was like, she's like, you really love that, And I was like, I do. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, they say you should do what you love. That's true. She was like, yeah, okay. I'll get up and go to open mic and do what I would do, but she's the one that keeps me, going at it. Yeah.
That's good, man. And you got a tattoo.
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah, Pearline, that was her name.
Yeah.
And my dad, he's like, my dad keeps me going to,
That's good.
He said, you're gonna be on TV one day. You're gonna be on TV. He always says that.
But you still gonna come over here and cut this grass.
Yeah.
I called him one day. He was like, what you doing? Still cutting daddy grass. I call you back. I'm like, what the hell? Cut that nigga grass? Like,
Look, he said, I don't care how famous you're gonna be,
You
cut
gonna
this grass.
Yeah.
okay, how much money you got? You gonna cut this grass.
That's hilarious.
He gonna be right outside looking at you too. You missed the spot.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. one of the biggest questions that I want to ask you. One of your like your biggest success and like between like your failures and your fears, like what did you learn from those things that you had went through, like one of your productions or like one of your sets where you thought you did good but you didn't get that reception from the crowd or things like that, or like other comedians saying, hey, great set, but another comedian said, hey, you may need to work on this, need to work on that. Like what did you learn from all those things?
Oh, like just good and bad sets?
Good and bad sets.
Just you learn to improve on certain things. Like I said, we were talking to before, like recording your sets.
Okay.
I tell all comedians to record their sets because when you go back and listen to that, you basically get a knowledge on what you messed up on and what you can improve on, you know?
Okay.
So, the crowd, you can always say, man, this crowd is whack tonight, man. Ain't nobody laughing. Like, never blame the crowd. Like, it's always going to be you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, it's never the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You got people that had good days, people that had bad days. Like, you're not just going to run into a miserable crowd. It's something that's going to make that person laugh.
That's true.
So when you go back over your recordings, you're like, okay, I did this wrong. So you change it and then go back the next week even stronger. That's why I appreciate your mic, because it gives me the crowd that I aim to at my shows. And we deal with an urban crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you go to another mic, you know what I'm saying, they can't relate to certain jokes. They can't relate to the black experience. You know, that's what I can say. Now, all jokes should be universal, where all races relate to it. You know what I mean? That's the truth. That's how it really should be. But it does help. You know what I mean? Because you know the comedy is different. As opposed to you look at the Def Comedy Jam compared to
Comedy.
Yeah, like Comedy Central. Yeah, you know what I mean? So there's different jokes, different laughter. You know what I'm saying? Like our stuff, you got to hit them from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We want to laugh. Crack falling out of our chair. That's how Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? People standing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you might watch a Comedy Central special like like, you know, crowds that are more lenient and they'll listen to the whole joke and the punchline. Even if you're not funny, they'll still give you a laugh, like a sympathy laugh.
Sympathy laugh,
Right.
yeah.
And Charlie Murphy taught me that. It's different types of laughter.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You got the sympathy laugh. You got a person that might be high and it's like, you know, you got a person that's really genuinely laughing like, it's a high pitch laugh, like, you know, so when you're on stage, when you're really deep into it, you can hear the different types of laughs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm having a normal conversation with somebody and they laugh at work, I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's that type of laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really laughing. You know what I'm saying? This person is genuinely laughing. That's a from the gut laugh, you know?
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's so many different types of laughter, so it gets that deep.
Yeah.
And when you record yourself, you know, it opens up to, okay, this person was laughing at that joke. This person was laughing at that joke. They didn't like this joke. So you can flip it. You know what I mean? You can flip it. And shout out to Fat Man, too. Fat Man Tim.
Yeah, Fat Man Tim.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Poor Man Show. Shout out to the Poor Man Show.
Yeah, the Poor Man Show.
Definitely.
Because we had a show this weekend, and I was like, Fat Man, you always switch your material up. You know what I mean? You always have new material. And he was like, every week, he said, I just go back and listen to my stuff, and then based on how I presented it and how they laugh, I just tweak it. You know what I mean? Or I change it, and I know how I can tweak it so they will laugh. And that's really what you gotta do.
That's what you gotta do.
You know, it looks like new material. It sounds like new material,
but it's the same material.
It's
just tweaking it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
That's the person that's focused and taking it serious. You know
yeah.
Because honestly, like I just made a post the other day. I made a post last night, and I had a few people hit me in my inbox. It was like, "Yo, that was some real things that you just said." I was like, telling jokes and stories is comedy. Anybody can do crowd work.
Yeah.
It's no shade to who do crowd work, but anybody, I could do crowd work. You know what I'm saying? I could do a whole set of just crowd work. That's nothing. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just bouncing off of things. You get what I'm saying? But actually going up there, telling your story, telling things that you've been through, and making fun of it. That's the beauty of comedy to me. You know what I'm saying? So like you tell the jokes about your dad, The Uber joke.
Yeah,
I still love
yeah.
that joke like to this day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Going down to your destination. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one of your signature jokes that I always love to hear, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like hearing certain jokes from certain comics. You know what I'm saying? And you can just know and like, okay, they really been through that.
Yeah.
You can tell
Yeah,
it's not fabricated. You know what I'm saying? It's not no bull. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about the comic, like especially like at the jukebox with all the comics that's been coming through, and they all have been growing week to week. Like especially like some of the new like comics that we got. Mr. Famous Dex. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been he got so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. You know, and just. Now we getting a lot of the white comics that come through, and they even loving the room now. You know what I'm saying? They loving the energy in the room and things to that nature. So it's just good to see good comedy and just people just loving their craft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but I definitely want to ask you a big question. Do you see yourself honestly taking your comedy career and like really trying to like make it? Do you want to see yourself in movies? Do you want to see yourself on a big stage, or are you comfortable to where you made it at today, to where you have your production at? Are you comfortable at the stage of your career right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think about that a lot, you know, and right now, I think more towards the beginning of my comedy career, I hopped in and I was like, okay, I gotta do this. I need to move to New York City because this is where it's at, or I need to do this. Now that I got to the production side, I still enjoy comedy, you know what I mean? I can't travel just as much as I used to because I gotta get dog sitting. You know, I don't got no kids, but I got dogs, so I gotta take care of the dog.
You got kids, nigga, the dogs.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I gotta watch out for them. But I still want to travel. And you know, if the right person sees me, and that's all it takes is the right person seeing you. You know, the right person sees you, and you get a movie role, that happens. You know, or you get this role, that happens. You know, but I'm not on it every day. Like this has to happen. Like I'm more now like I see the ownership side. You know, where with my productions and going to comedy clubs, I'm like, okay, these people are making money off of our people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I see the business side. If we go out, you know, we're spending this amount of money to buy drinks. We're spending this amount of money on food. The act gets paid that amount. And they're charging a 10% administrative fee on top of that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, you know what I'm saying? I look at it that way because there's so many ways to make it in comedy. You don't have to be on a main stage getting millions of dollars like Kevin Hart. That's not going to happen with everybody.
That's true.
You know, these people are picked. You know what I mean? They're picked by Hollywood. And
Who's gonna be the next big comic?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you have comedians that are hilarious out here, but aren't in that mainstream. You know,
So
Godfrey's a prime example. Godfrey is hilarious.
Yeah,
You know, he's a hilarious comedian, but he just hasn't got picked by Hollywood because he expressed what he thinks. You know what I mean? He speaks on certain topics that people, you know, and Chappelle does it as well. You know, but you can't cancel Chappelle because he's at such a high level. You know, but to go back to your question, I'm more on the production and ownership side, and I just try to get better each day. You know, with my writing, with my performance, and you know, if I do become discovered, somebody discover me, that's great. You know what I mean? But I'm more concerned about like comics that started under me, like you. You know what I'm saying? Watching y'all grow, that gives me satisfaction in itself. When I see somebody be like, "Yo, D, man, you put me on your show, that means the world." Like Fat Man told me that this week, like, man, you don't know how much you did for me, man. Like, and that, if you having a bad day and then you hear that, you know what I mean, or you know what you did, or somebody told you that and it just comes back to you, that's what means, that's my reward, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I really like just seeing people come up and succeed, you know. I like seeing your mic, I like seeing the independent shows, that all makes me happy, you know what I mean, because I had some role to play in that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. My next question is this: what advice would you have for a new up and coming comedian that might be 21 years old, or maybe even 18 years old, coming out of high school, wanting to pursue a comedy career?
Is that camera on?
Yeah.
Okay. Now listen to me closely. Don't do this shit. Keep your job. You're going to get on the stage and you're going to fail. Nobody's going to laugh at you. Just tell your jokes at home so your kids can laugh, your cousins. When you get on stage, we're going to boo you. We're going to talk about you after. No, I'm just joking. Take that part out.
No, you're going to keep that in. Keep that, keep that part. Keep that part. Keep it on this. Keep that part. No, you're going to keep that part.
Anybody want to get started, take it seriously. You know, come out to open mics. Richie has an open mic. There's open mics every night of the week. Come out, write 5 minutes of material. Write stuff down that you think is funny. You know, it's not hard to write a joke. You have 1 or 2 sentences as a setup. Then your punchline. A punchline is something that surprises the audience. You know, makes them think like, wow, I didn't expect them to go there with it. You know, do 5 minutes of that. And then come out to an open mic and practice it on stage. And the first time you not going to be, you know what I'm saying, Myron Lawrence, you're not going to be Bill Bellamy offhand. You know,
Exactly.
You'll get a couple of laughs, but those laughs, if you record yourself and you go home and listen to what you said, those laughs are going to be enough to bring you back the next time and tweak what you already did. Exactly. And do it again. See, a lot of comedians start and they think they have to have a new 5 minutes every week. If you start the 5 minutes and you perfect that, then you go to 10 minutes, perfect that. By the time you know it, you had 20 minutes. You doing 20 minutes, you about to headline. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I remember when he had 5 minutes.
Exactly.
You know? So, you know, it's just consistency and keep going at it. So if you feel this is something you want to do and you're serious about it, do it. You know, with anything in life, if you want to do, if you want to be a male stripper, be a male stripper. You know what I'm saying? Get your little elephant trunks, you know, and make it happen. Shit, I wanted to do it one time, it didn't work out. You know, my family's too into the church. I couldn't be a male stripper going to church. Oh, that little chocolate draw. Yo, shit. So, no, if you want to do it, just do it.
That's good, man. One other question I wanted to ask you, because I know that you were you served in the Army or the Marines, right? It was the Army. In the Army. Were you writing material when you were over there, like from? Even though I know that you was in your early years of your early ages, because you're old now, but
yeah, he said you're lonely and you're lonely. We know that you're lonely. He always talk about somebody, man.
No, seriously though, on a real note though, I'm just saying.
Thank God this is vodka.
Yeah. No, I'm serious though, but hey, look, maybe you forget what I'm about to ask you again. Dang, man. Listen, seriously though.
That's the comedians.
You was in the Army. Do you have any like Army jokes? I mean, I know you have a few, but I mean, but you were really over there. You saw a lot over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you like take any of that experience from over there and bring that on the stage and things of that nature?
Yeah. I have a joke about war, because I was in Iraq for a year, so I talk about war and how you don't want to go to war. You know, you're getting shot at. You know, IEDs, improvised explosive devices blowing up on the side of the road next to your Humvee. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people, you know, it's death, man. It's a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah. And, you know, I say, I'm just messing around. I was really a cook in war. You know, I made scrambled eggs, and, you know, shrimp fried rice. You know, I didn't experience any of that. But in all reality, that's my joke, because, you know, it's a setup, but it takes an unexpected twist. Like, I never expected him to say that he's a cook, you know?
Exactly.
So, that's just, you know, an example of that. But I really was out there, you know what I'm saying? So I did see a lot of crap. You know?
I commend you, man, because I don't know how you did it. I'd have called my mom. I'd have came home.
Yeah, that's what my mom was like. She's like, you're the only child, baby. We gonna get an attorney. She was on it. She's like, we gonna get you home, baby. I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm good, you know. So when you get used, it's a sick thing to get used to, but you get used to it. Yeah. But that's when you talked about comedy and bombing and all that stuff. Once you come back from an environment like that, you know, it's no failures in life.
It's no failures.
You know what I'm saying? If you make it back from that, you can make it in anything.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
For real.
That's
for real.
a fact.
Yeah.
I have one more question. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite joke that you ever told?
My favorite joke, I always like Spanx. I don't know. I can wake up and think about my Spanx joke. That's crazy. Like, that's just like my go-to joke. Like, you know, how women wear Spanx and then they pack out. It's like a tight cummerbund around their midsection. You know what I'm saying? They got a breathe in to get the camera line. And, you know, they got acid reflux, and you know what I'm saying? You get them home after the club, and then they pop out in your bag. It's like a pack of buttermilk biscuits. It's like, pow! You know, and just like biscuits all over. You're like, damn, that's a lot of biscuits. And them Spanx, man, you know, that's just my go-to joke. You know, so when it's like hugging a police officer with a bulletproof vest and they give you a hug, you're like, what the fuck? Like, you work in E District? Like,
You work in E District?
yeah,
Yo,
that's
shout out
just
to
my
Spanx.
go-to. Yeah, shout out to Spanx, man.
Shout out to Spanx. That's
real.
funny. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
man. Just work out. Don't wear them Spanx. Just work out. Go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? But work out in the Spanx. So I don't know what to do. Just work out. Don't wear
I don't know what it do.
I don't know the science. The technology behind Spanx. Shit.
Oh man. So check this out. I'm actually going to start this on this show. Give encouragement, like something like a word of the day. And today my word is greatness.
Greatness.
Greatness. And what I mean by that is like whatever you put in like, be great at it.
Yeah.
Show your greatness. Like you guys are comedians. Like, cause you have the love and passion for this. Continue to show y'all greatness. Show the next generation that they can have greatness as well. Yeah. You know, keep influence, like, cause now everybody see that we all love to laugh, but comedy is a big deal now.
Oh, that's
even bigger than what it was a long time ago though. That's See true. Now guys like, yo, I could be a multi-millionaire doing this. Look Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? You know, he got it out of the mud, man, and now look at him now though. You know what I'm saying though? So continue to show your greatness.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the fact. That's the fact.
And I'm gonna end the note on that one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
man.
Mr. Darnell Davis, man, tell everybody, man, all your social media platforms, man, where they can reach you at.
Yeah, you can reach me on Facebook because I'm old, and that's my only social media. Reach me on the book, Darnell Davis. I do have an Instagram. I need to switch it over.
You need to switch the name.
Yeah, it's MRMBA. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to school for my master's, and you know that's the MBA. So MRMBA 2008 on Instagram. Okay. And,
That sounds like
Twitter.
an email.
Yo, it definitely do.
Yeah, it is my email too. Yeah. MRMBA2008@gmail.com. That is my email. But that's my Instagram.
It's crazy.
I post like once a month on there. You know what I'm saying? But Facebook, Darnell Davis, and YouTube, Darnell Davis Comedy. I have a lot of my comedy on YouTube, Darnell Davis Comedy.
Okay.
And I always tell people Christian Mingle. I won't tell you that name. It's a little indiscreet. You know, but we got all those accounts.
Okay.
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Black
Match.
Planet.
Tagged. No, I used to be on Black Planet.
Me too.
Yeah, the girl I used to talk, she ain't got no legs now. I don't know what happened. I don't know. She used to be bad back in the day, but she ain't got no legs. Yeah. She got the sugar or something. Yeah, shout out to her, man.
Yeah, let me stop playing.
Yeah, but, you know, just follow me, and, you know what I'm saying? This is shit. 716 Live, you know? Follow 716 Live.
I appreciate it. Hey, listen, man. Darnell Davis has a show coming up. Go ahead and promo that show, man. Come on, promo your show.
Yeah, Laugh Out Loud, September 3rd. Starring Joe Torre. Y'all seen him on Poetic Justice. Y'all seen him on Def Comedy Jam. Y'all seen him on a lot of different things, but he's a very good comedian. You got Julian Russell, Richie Santana, Fat Man Tango Tim. You got Joel James from Kevin Hart, Heart of the City. You know, it's going to be an excellent show. I'm hosting it, you know, and just it's an all-star lineup. All-star lineup. Tickets available at Doris Records and Eventbrite.com. And hit me up on Facebook. You know, I ain't gonna get my number out there because some of y'all crazy.
It's on the flyer though.
But it's on the flyer. Yeah, so
September, what is it, 3rd?
September 3rd.
September 3rd, Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend at the Golden Nuggets.
Yeah, man, we out here. So come check us out. And, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great show, great show. A lot of talented comedians on this bill. See, I did All Woman a couple months ago.
Yeah, I remember
Queens
that.
of Comedy.
Yeah.
So we switching it up this time and doing All the Men. All the Men.
Oh, the man's in them.
Yeah.
I cancel you. I cancel you. Let me stop. For they try to cancel me.
They'll definitely cancel you.
They cancel you.
You better believe that.
And the man's.
I want to see you guys up here.
Hey, listen, man. This your boy Richie Santana,
It's your man Magnificent Mill.
and
man.
we are
The Committee.
The Committee Podcast, man. 716 Live. We had a great show with Mr. Darnell Davis himself.
Appreciate you, my brother, man.
I appreciate you, man. And make sure y'all stay tuned.
I had an edible, man.
You showing your age. He like this.
Meto Bombate.
Shaba. But listen, man, make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We see y'all on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. sharp on 716live.com.
Don't make me bug out on the ghetto. It's like I'm at the top out. They know what they did, I can't trust niggas. Ay. They know what they did, now it's fuck niggas. Ay. Ay. Don't make me back out. I knocked the cat out, hit from the side and made her tap out. He back the strap out, ain't let shit pop. Look where he at now. I never back down, been up the score, we get him fat down. Ay, I can kill us if you like it, don't support my music. Been the littest nigga in the room way before the movement. Really the hottest nigga in my city, but I'm here to prove it. Can't find another nigga fucking with me, and you know Pop excluded. Ay, 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 yeah, I'm still dropping threes. I just put up on the Z, I had to stop and pee. I know I deserve more, but I'm where I wanna be. She keep nagging and complaining, it's only one of me. It's only one to flee, wish it was more of us. She ain't fucking call her Uber or make her board a bus. I'm kinda in a rush, that's what I say to get her moving, but it hardly does. Yeah, man, it hardly does. Bridge. Look up. Oh, this motherfucking bottle some shit. What they did was fucking trust. Don't make me black out, I knocked the cat out. Hit from the side and made her tap out. He back the strap out, ain't let shit pop, look where he at now. I never back down, been up the score, we get him fat down. Bridge.
Why you loving hoes, but we stuff those op hoes, screaming up big grids while we slut those top grades. Let that nigga draw, cause he cut throat. Ray Charles, we be making hits with our eyes closed. Her last nigga was a lazy worker, CEO, basic bitch folk. Can't adapt to my pressure, take a real bitch and I mold her. Got her up, grease her virgin, probably drag my bitch through the mud, expose her half for certain. We ain't banging over no block, just the LLC. Pay hit, right off of my taxes, but that shit pay me. Hating niggas still play our music, but that shit pay greed. Sell pussy, but I hit for free so that I could charge a fee.
You feel me? They know what they did, I can't trust niggas. They know what they did, now it's fuck niggas.
Man, forget this dancing, man.
Yo, this your man Magnificent Mill.
It's your boy Richie Santana.
And we are
The Committee.
Man, we got our own podcast,
You
man.
see us, man. We lit, man. 716 Live.
Yo, man, for our second interviewer, we got Mr. Darnell Davis, man, comedian himself, man.
That's from Buffalo, New York. Mr. Laugh Out Loud volume, I don't know what. But anyway.
Yo, you can catch us Wednesday, 8 p.m. sharp, man. I'm telling you right now, y'all don't want to miss that interview. It's dope.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Tune in, 8 p.m. Wednesday. It's going down.
This is The Committee,
It's a committee, man.
and we here.
Listen, man, I act a fool with the glasses. I'm going to act civilized right now. But anyway, make sure you catch us, man. Darnell Davis is going down. 716 Live is going down.
Boom!